It's the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and let's have a look at Central Netball. Now, we've got three netball associations to cover. The Flowman is going to join me for this. Flowman, thank you for popping in.
Yeah, look, I'm enjoying a bit of the Central Netball, and when you get to some of the games around the area that I get to watch, it's good to see the girls running around the court too, and there's some terrific netball on the York Peninsula. I know you've spoken to the big Sammy Jacobs, and he's absolutely excited about coming on the footy show tonight, so this is going to be exciting to cover some York Peninsula netball.
Well, let's start with his girls, because his lovely wife is running around for Ardrossan as well. And unfortunately, the Kadina crew a couple of weeks ago touched them up. So bear in mind, these games were played a fortnight ago. They had last week off. So just a quick wrap of these scores. We've already talked about them, but 71-49. The Central York Cougars, 45 over Baskerville, 31. Butte 37 to Wallaroo 14, and the Southern Eagles 31 went down to Moota 42 in the closest match of that first round. For some reason, they had last week off. I still don't know why.
I think it's a school holiday thing, and now, of course, this Anzac weekend that's coming up. So the games this week for netball, it's Ardrossan. They'll take on the CMS Crows, all old rivals here. They'll absolutely go hammer and tongs, the girls, at this one too. Maybe Ardrossan on their home court could get home here.
Perhaps. Moonta and the Central York Cougars. Cougars and Moonta. Oh, I'm not sure about this one, Flowman. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, hard one to pick because we haven't seen too many games yet, but maybe the Cougar girls are looking solid, so we'll go with the girls from Maitland to win.
Both having a win in round one. Baskerville and Butte, this should be an interesting game as well, given that Butte at the moment are top of the ladder, and Baskerville haven't troubled the scorers for a win yet. I think the Butte crew will win that one.
Yeah, it's a hard one to pick. We'll certainly get more information as we go, but Wallaroo take on the Southern Eagles in the other final match, and I tell you what, I reckon for these two clubs, they'll be looking for a win. Southern Eagles haven't had too much success. They've just had the one game, and we'll wait and see how they go. I reckon they could come out with a win here.
Yep, they could indeed. Let's move on now to Barossa Light and Gawler netball, and some extremely interesting results on the weekend. I'm going to start with the most concerning of the lot, which was the Gawler Central girls, who absolutely, this is the Senior 1 competition, that's what they call it in Barossa Light and Gawler, Senior 1, Senior 2, Senior 3, so on and so on and so on. The Gawler Central crew absolutely smashed Freeling, who could only muster up 8 goals in a Senior 1 clash, 64-8. I don't think I've ever seen a scoreline like that in senior netball.
Not in B, L and G netball, so it's a tough season for the Red Leg ladies, and I know that a lot of talk around Freeling and their competitiveness on the footy field too, so it's going to be a tough year for them. But look, the secondary game, the B grade or the A reserves game, I should call it, the Senior 2s, it was Gawler Central 79-9, so it didn't get any better there for them across the day. It was a better performance in the Senior 3, where Freeling actually weren't too far off the pace, 46-32 there. So you can see, though, in the two senior grades, they're simply not competitive. No,
that's exactly right, Flowman. But other matches in Barossa Light and Gawler. Barossa Districts had a good win over Nuriut Par. They beat them 51-32, a solid 19-goal win. Closest match of the round, though, Flowman, was at Kapunda. We're near our old studios there, Flowman.
Yeah, the girls from Kapunda, the Bomber girls, got 49-40 over Williston, an old rival. Both these sides I expect to play finals, so look out for them. And then South Gawler 74 beat Tanunda 30. You'd see South Gawler right up there this year. Tanunda maybe one of the sides that will be in the mid or to the mid-lower part of the competition.
Couple of games in, and I won't go through the full ladders. What I will say is there are a couple of undefeated sides still. They are Gawler Central, Barossa Districts and Kapunda. South Gawler has had a win. Nuriut Par has only played the one game. And then the teams without a win, Williston, Angaston, Tanunda and Freeling.
Yeah, I don't think Freeling will get too many this year. It's going to be a hard, long season for the Red Leg girls.
Looks that way. Big game this one, Kapunda, Freeling. I think Kapunda win that comfortably.
Yeah, this is the Anzac clash, of course, for this, and they're with the great heritage. If you go through the gardens in Kapunda, there is a terrific memorial to Vivian Bullwinkle. She was a great nurse, survived occupation of Japan and all sorts of atrocities, and she is remembered in a monument there. And we'll remember the Anzacs with netball matches this weekend. I'm sure that the girls from Kapunda will love to beat their old foe Freeling. No
doubt. Other games, Angaston and Nuriut Par, there's a rivalry between those two, and they're going All right, Anguston, and I'm not sure. Nuriapa, who do you reckon?
I reckon Anguston will win there.
Yep.
It's an underplay Barossa Districts. Barossa Districts comfortably there. Williston take on South Gawler in the Gawler derby. And I just got a feeling here that this is going to be the match of the round, this one. And I'm just going to pick South to just edge out Williston.
And quickly we look at Northern Areas netball to wrap it up. Broughton Mundura 47 over Orroroo 32. Last week's results in the A grade. BMW had a 4-goal loss to Crystal Brook, so a tight one there, Flowman. And Jamestown Peterborough going a bit better than their football counterparts. They had a 7-goal win over Southern Flinders, 59-52. That was the first matches of the season, so we won't bother looking at the ladder. But Flowman, who's playing who this week?
We got some terrific Anzac action. Jamestown take on their old foes, or Jamestown Peterborough, their old foe, up at Orroroo. And then Southern Flinders, they were Gladstone host to BMW in another rivals round. Crystal Brook get Broughton Mundura in another rivals game in Northern Areas netball.
Good stuff. That is a wrap of Central Netball here on the Flow Friday night sports show. Looking forward to talking about all of those competitions and their footy a little bit later on in the program.